Hello everyone, welcome back to the Pontiac shop. I'm here with my Redcat Racing Blackout XTE. This is not the Pro Edition, this is the normal edition, just the base model. And well, I just decided to give you guys a quick review of what I think of it and how it's been, how it's been for like, 8 years now, something like that. Anyway, let's get right into it. So the first thing is when I first got this, I got it for Christmas. I was super excited and I went and took it out, and day one, I broke it. I drove it into my dad's truck and I broke the lower control arm and the upper control arm mount on the gearbox. The little plastic piece, I broke that right there. And I had to buy a whole new gearbox and I had to buy a whole new lower control arm, but that took me 2 years to fix. It took me 2 whole years because Redcat does not ever have crap in stock. It's always out of stock, and with the one day it goes out of stock instantly 10 minutes later. It took me forever to get that stuff. All right, and then after that, I finally got my new parts. I got it all fixed up. I was so excited. The motor died. The very day I fixed it, the motor died. This is a different motor. I drove it across the street, drove it to the soccer field. I just full throttle, dead. Motor, all power lost. I kept the steering. My motor died. I was super mad. And then a few years later, I just gave up on trying to find a new Redcat motor because they're always out of stock. I just went over to Action Hobbies, my local hobby shop, and they gave me this motor. I'm not sure what brand it is. It got the heat sink over it, but this thing's doing good, right? But after this was installed, the little pinion gear right in there, coming directly off the motor onto the other gear to drive the whole thing, that was too loose. So I had to disassemble this whole thing and tighten it. And now what just happened is, you hear this? They're too tight. Those gears are too tight now. And so now I can't even get the stinking body off again. Well, I can't even get these covers off again to fix it because this screw won't come out. This screw is stripped, and it's just so stupid the way they built this. You know, like, I want to love this RC, but it just is making it so difficult. I mean, Redcat, they make these parts out of cheap plastic. I mean, there are aftermarket aluminum ones you can get, but why not just start out with the better stuff, you know? And then, as you can see here, I drove it into a tree. I killed the front bumper. This is just a little plastic piece. This ain't protecting your vehicle from nothing. And the body, I can understand why the body's absolutely trashed. I mean, I just took it out for a rip. I had tons of fun with it, and it was just, yeah. That's what was happening to it. But still, I mean, I just don't understand it. I hope this is helpful. This video is helpful for you guys. I honestly think I'm just gonna shelve it and just leave it, because the amount of work and money I've had to put into this thing and the amount of miles per gallon I've gotten, I've taken this thing out properly one time. I took it out at the dead of winter. It was freezing cold last year, and I took it over. This is when I got the brand new motor. I was so excited. I was so happy, and I took it over to a BMX bike park, and I was just taking jumps off of it. I was just having so much fun with it. It was awesome, and that's when the gears started slipping because it wasn't torqued down properly, and so the people at Action Hobbies, they didn't do it right, and I had to do it. I had to tighten it, and me, not in any way having a ton of experience with this type of stuff, I guess I made it worse. And now I can't get this stupid cover off to fix the thing. And it's just way, it's so annoying. But the one time I did able to get this thing running, it was tons of fun. Lots of fun. I loved it. Loved it. But now it's just sitting here because I can't do anything with it. And I hope Redcat sees this and they fix all this stuff. But Oh, I really wish I could have loved this thing, because it's such a neat little piece of kit, you know? I thought it was gonna be a great starter RC, but not really, not hardly at all. It just falls apart 10 seconds after I fix it. Oh, and by the way, when these gears started grinding, I decided to take this thing to school with me and just have fun with it. The batteries died at the end of my block, and so I had to replace the battery twice on my way to school, and that was a mistake. And then the battery died again when I was on my way back from school. That was also a mistake. And then that's when it started doing the grinding thing. It's not supposed to sound like that. That's when it started grinding. It started grinding on the way to school. So literally the one day I go out to have fun with it, you know, show my friends my cool RC car because they've never seen it in the 8 years I've owned it, it doesn't work. It died. And I feel like this thing is taunting me. Now, I know a lot of other people on YouTube love these things, you know, like they have good reviews of them, but it's just, I just cannot handle this anymore, you know? I am going to give Red Cat one more chance. Just only one, though. If this next thing breaks, it's going in the trash, honestly. I'm not going to be happy with it. I'm going to be buying an Everest Gen 7 Pro, and if that is better than this, because I want to believe this is a great beginner RC. But the build quality, it's an illusion. It's a complete illusion. The build quality of these plastics, it looks legit, you know, but you got the bumper that died, and then you got the lower control arm that died. It's just, all right, it's just dumb. This is basically the competitor for the Traxxas X-Max, and if you have seen what people do with the Traxxas X-Max, it's insane. They literally drive them off of skateboarding ramps into steel fences 30 feet up in the air, and it's totally fine when it comes out of it. But this, it dies when I drive it into a truck, a parked car. I don't get it. And it dies when I'm going in a straight line, slowly. And it dies when I'm driving in another straight line, slowly. And now it won't even top out at its maximum speed. It won't even do a burnout in the dirt anymore. I don't know what's wrong with it. I think I'm just going to buy an X-Max, you know? I didn't want to buy an X-Max because everyone has an X-Max, but they're just the best thing, you know? So, I mean, that's it for this video. Sorry it's been so negative, but I just had to tell you. I mean, I couldn't hold it in no longer, so. Yeah. Oh, and also, I mean, it's not a big thing. Well, it is a big thing, but it's just, I'm pretty sure everyone has to do this. When I took it out in the rain one time, I had to disassemble this whole thing and blow dry it dry because it was all getting rusty. This metal rusts instantly. I mean, as soon as it gets in contact with water and then you bring it inside for like 15 minutes as you're getting ready to disassemble it, so much rust. Like surface rust, obviously, but if I had let it sit, this thing would have been seized by now. And Red Cat says this is a waterproof RC. You can drive it in the lake. You can drive it across the ocean. No, I'm sorry, you can't do that. Yeah, well, I don't think I have much more to say about this thing. I hope this helps you when you're looking for your first RC, or just you want to add something to your collection. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave this video here. If it's doomsday, hang in there. If you're having the best day of your life, good for you. I hope y'all have a great day, a great week, a great night, a great morning, whatever it is for you. And I'll see y'all in the next one.